Hello everybody, I am Penguin Mila and today I am going to be doing an original character prompted by my best friend and artist, Ham Torco. She is on TikTok and Instagram. Her artwork is amazing. She does digital pieces as well as traditional, which includes sketching, drawing, or those are the same thing. She paints as well, and she absolutely loves anime. So if you're a person who's into anime, I won't be drawing as much anime as she does, and I won't be drawing it as well. So she is definitely a person you want to go to if you like the anime style. Me, I'm going off of more realistic cartoony style, which is what I'm doing right now. Type deal, that is my current style. It might change. I'm pretty sure it will because my style varies almost to a daily basis, but it stays somewhat consistent. Anyway, the character is a blue vampire teacher who is super chill. I already wrote it in the corner. And that's just to keep in mind as I'm doing these thumbnails that you're about to see. And exploring the vampire aesthetic is definitely very interesting because there are so many different types of cliches. There's like a cosplay cliche where you wear those ridiculous fake teeth that you love as a child, but as an adult they cut into your gums and you hate it. So then there's newer ways to wear vampire teeth now, but that was definitely like the cliche in the Party City costumes pages. And then they also had the big fluffy collars with their black capes with the red underlining. Or there's the beautiful vampires like in Twilight, or the very Victorian vampires that are more in novels and a little bit dabbled here and there for TV shows and other media. And so I I drew really big shoulders or too small of a head for this first thumbnail, and I did not like how it turned out, so it's a good thing it was a thumbnail and not something that I was totally set on drawing. And for my next one, I really wanted to experiment with the Victorian ruffle collar and the droopy bow tie, kind of like a boarding school look. Maybe she would be a private school teacher. At this point, I didn't really know if I wanted her to be more of a private school or public school, or even more like a governess where she teaches at home since she's a vampire and she can't go out into the sun type deal. I definitely liked the smaller face I had given this character thumbnail, and I liked the size of the shoulders for that one, which was definitely an improvement from the first one. And for this one, I was also experimenting with hair. I didn't even want to touch the first thumbnail with hair because I knew I wouldn't like it on that face. And also the ears, I didn't know if I wanted to do pointy, more like a cartoony point, like an elf, or similar to that realm where you have pointy ears, or just do the regular round ears to make it look more normal, kind of like a realistic human type vampire, not more of a bat vampire. And straight off the bat, I decided that my vampire teacher was going to have bangs. For the rest of my thumbnails in this video, she's going to have bangs. It was just apparently something that was already put into my mind. She was going to be cute and she was going to have bangs. And somewhat of short hair. I think for all the thumbnails, they are short hair. And I'm saying I think because I already drew this. I'm recording over the original audio because that one had a lot of popping noises in it, and I couldn't figure out how to get rid of those without messing with the video too much. So we're doing the voiceover. And the next one I draw, she has a little bit longer of a face, but still more of a private school feel, not a very public school feel to it. I'm talking about the wrong one. Never mind. Forget what I said for the past 5 seconds. I'm looking back at the current thumbnail page, and the next one I draw is more of an experiment with the Party City cliche, where it has the big cape collar and the chain around the chest type deal, where it makes sure that the collar stays in place type deal. She also has bangs for this one. Still longer face, and I try to give her a little bit more of a smile because I want her to be cute and a little bit quirky, and maybe she just dresses up as the cliche comic Dracula type vampire because she wants to be ironic. Maybe she teaches little kids and it's more of a fun look for her that she likes to portray. And she definitely has, I don't know why, I like to draw big noses on my characters, no matter if it's male or female. They always have a big nose. I feel like, I guess it's a little bit weird if they have a smaller nose because it takes up less space in the face and it doesn't feel right proportionally. And the lips are placed a little high. I don't know, it's straight in the middle between the chin and the nose, but again, this is a thumbnail, so I guess I don't have to be too precise. I just wanted it to look human, not alien type deal. And here come the bangs, and they a little bit overcut where the ears would be because I wanted to cover up the ears. I didn't want to have to think about pointy or round ears in this thumbnail, but I really did like doing the roll up for the back of her hair. Even if it's long or short, the roll up is just, it stays out of the collar. She doesn't have to do a lot of maintenance for it type deal. It just stays there, and if she teaches something where it requires her to move around the classroom a lot, it's definitely a lot easier and it won't get in the kid's face. And I never pictured her as a professor. Of course she's smart enough because she's old enough to teach as a professor, but I imagined her more like in high school or grade school, either teaching little kindergartners or young adults type deal. That was my imagining for that character. And this is the thumbnail I was thinking about in my head before seeing the Party City thumbnail. That's why I'll just call her the Party City thumbnail. And in this one, I kind of wanted to see what she would look like if her bangs were pulled back. You don't see it straight away, but I was looking at a reference on Pinterest where the hair was pulled back, and it definitely had an adult feel to it in the picture I was looking at, but when I drew it, she kind of looked like a 12-year-old. She looked like a little 6th grader type deal, and I wanted her to be young, but not so young that she was like a child vampire, I guess. I really didn't want her to be that young, but I don't even know her age because I feel like as a character she would not even reveal her age unless it was someone she had known for maybe a century type deal. This was a really cute look, and I think it would still be a cute look, but not necessarily for a vampire. Yeah, and she would have big eyes. I think I'm going to use that thumbnail in particular for a different character and not my blue vampire teacher. And next I really wanted to experiment with bats, because in like a lot of cartoons the vampires will turn into bats type deal, and I thought that was a really interesting concept. Like maybe I could incorporate bat ears or maybe more bat-like eyes, but it didn't really turn out that way for the final piece, which you will see towards the end of the video what that kind of looks like, or the middle. I think it's the middle of the video. You don't have to wait too long to see the initial outline for the project. But yes, I keep pointing back at the Party City thumbnail because I really like the style that I ended up drawing for that one, and I kind of knew that's the one I was gonna go with, but I still wanted to experiment with maybe giving her like bat ears or doing something with bats possibly in the background or as more of a sidekick. I'm pretty sure I talked about having a bat sidekick at some point in the video, a bat or a spider. In the final project though, I did not include a bat or a spider, which I kind of wish I did because I thought it would be really cool, but then the project took a lot longer than I thought it would. I mean, it still turns out great, but maybe for like a different picture of her. I still don't even have a name for her. What should her name be? It would have to be nice, but not too simple type deal. And her name, like, it could have changed. Like, she might have to change her name every decade. So her birth name, she might not even remember her own birth name because it's been so long. Like, that's how old I imagined her to be. Not like older than dirt type deal, because as a vampire, you'd think you'd start to see maybe like little porcelain cracks in their skin or something. She's not that old, but she's old. I want Elizabeth keeps coming to my mind, but that seems to be too simple for her because I know she wants to be quirky and she's a good person and everything. But maybe Lizzie, she could be Lizzie, but then what would her last name be? She'd have to be changing her last name every few years because she doesn't grow any older, and the students that she's with, they don't get to see her past the year that she teaches them type deal. Like, she is always moving around. And here I'm still drawing the bat, and I thought the bat was really cute, and then I started seeing other bats on Pinterest and they were really creepy, so I stopped looking at bats and I tried to draw from the reference I had already on the page for the last thumbnail. And the ears were way too big for the last thumbnail character. Like, it was almost like you would see in a cartoon where the magician messed up and mixed up all the people with the wrong body parts. And that's what that one's gonna look like. I know that this voiceover is definitely really bad, but that's because this is only the third video I've made. There is a video that is coming out in a few days. I wanted to post this one early because Ham, or Hannah, whichever you may know her by, she prompted this to me, and I wanted to get it done as soon as possible because I know she was excited for this drawing. And so Hannah, I hope you like this video because you're probably going to be the only one to watch it for a while. And probably family members. Still though, for any other future person who's watching this that isn't Ham Torco, seriously Hannah, you need to tell me how I'm supposed to pronounce that because I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Yes, I am in the final thumbnail, and then I will tell you that I'm choosing the Party City thumbnail, which I absolutely loved out of all of them. I do like the very top right one with the droopy bow tie, so maybe she dresses up every now and again and she does different hairstyles and things just to keep things interesting, because she has to do that anyway in her life because she has to change occupations. Or maybe she doesn't, and it's a society where they accept vampires and werewolves and everything, but still she likes to change things up because she's so old and she doesn't want to stick with the old tradition that she grew up in hundreds of years ago type deal. And now I'm just talking about why I'm choosing my Party City thumbnail, and just also probably talking about Hannah's amazing art and how well we've been good friends and all that. And I'm going to skip to the speed art. Here we go. This is the initial outline that I am doing, and It's in pencil first, of course. If you don't do it in pencil first, you are bound to make mistakes unless you have been drawing for years and years. I have been drawing for years, but not years and years. And then that's what the pencil looks like. And then I start erasing and doing the marker line art. And somehow I mess up the outline on the right side of her face, and it kind of looks a little bit skinnier around the chin, and I kind of wanted to make her face a little bit more fuller to make her look healthy, and that she wasn't one of those vampires that looked sickly, because she's old. Remember, I keep saying that, but she is also very young at the same time. She's not ancient. And then there's that. And then I come back into regular mode here for a little bit as I color her skin. I start to talk about how my shading technique is completely different in my Procreate and digital art rather than my traditional art. For my traditional art, I kind of just go with the flow. I have no set routine for my traditional art. It changes all the time because I'm always learning new things for my colored pencils or my alcoholic markers or doing mixed media art. So that changes a lot. But the way that I do the shading in this piece, I am definitely very proud of, because the end product looks pretty good for something that I am doing, because I haven't done traditional art for a while. I've been practicing a lot with my digital skills, like a lot, you guys. And with Procreate, it's so much easier because if I mess up, I can just erase it or get rid of that layer and work with a new layer. But for traditional art, you kind of don't get to go back unless you're in pencil. Even if you're in pencil, you can still make mistakes that stick on the page. So you have to start completely from scratch. And I was determined not to start from scratch. So I was actually being not extremely careful, but very cautious. Even as I was talking in the video, I was being cautious of how I put the color on her face. And I know it's not going to be perfect because this is my first traditional piece in a while, and I'm putting it on video, so I was already nervous. But for her skin, I started out with what they called an aqua green, but it still has that blue effect, and it looks blue on camera too. And then I go into darker shades and then back to lighter shades. And the star, I just noticed here in the video that I did put the star, and my original thought for that star is actually if she was a teacher for kindergartners at one point in her life, and she just loved giving them stars for all their homework or just for any work when stickers did come out, because she might be older than stickers, I don't know. I'm wondering when that became a thing, because I know sticker rewards were a thing when I was in grade school. I don't know if they still are. Anybody who has a kid or cousins or something that are in elementary school, I'm wondering if they still do sticker rewards or sticker boards or something like that, because that was actually really fun. That was definitely a motivator. But anyway, on her cheek is a sticker, so maybe she's currently teaching kindergarten or something, and she likes to wear stickers on her face just to show that anybody can do a good job or be as bright as you can be and be your own shiny star or something like that. Like, that was the thing I had envisioned in my head. Like, she is definitely a chill person, and she just loves making other people happy. That was her thing. Even when she was human, she was just a good person. I don't know, maybe she was already going to college to be a teacher or a governess, depending on what time she was turned. Nobody knows. And I definitely wanted to experiment with shading colors, especially with blue, because when I draw on digital art with green skin, which I have done a few times now, the green doesn't always turn out, and I think that's because I don't provide enough shading with cool and warm tones, so this is definitely something I wanted to try to do with the face. Not necessarily with warm tones. I will add warm tones later, but they're still cool. But that's because she has blue skin. If she had maybe like a peachy tan skin, I would have worked with a lot more warmer colors, and then maybe like a cool background just to like bring her forward. But for this image, she definitely still has cool shades on her face. And I do add a little bit of peach to her flesh here eventually, just so she's not too blue. She's not like an Avatar alien blue. I just wanted it to be kind of like that little Disney cartoon. I forget what it's called right now. I've only seen it a few times because I have a son, so I don't watch the little girl. I mean, boys can watch it, but he's still not old enough to process cartoons very much unless they have music. He loves watching things with music. Anyway, I still can't think of her name, but like that little cartoon girl, like she's got purpley skin, but it's not so purple that she looks like, I don't know, a purple monster, a purple people eater. But yeah, I definitely did not want her to be completely blue skinned. I wanted her to have the cool tones, and you could tell in certain lights that she was blue, sort of like, I guess, a Tim Burton corpse from Corpse Bride. And then I keep adding darker tones. Like her hair kind of makes it a little bit darker, because if you have an overhead light, your hair is definitely gonna shade you, type deal. I am still learning this, but I need to figure out light sources for my drawings, and in this drawing there is no light source, which you can kind of, maybe, it definitely looks like, though, in the final piece, that the light source is maybe in front of her and elevated, but it's not, I don't know, you can't really say with confidence that it's in front of her, type deal. But definitely, I tried a little bit. Not too much, because I didn't want to have to stress about putting the exact shading. I just wanted her to look dynamic, I guess, but not so dynamic that I'm not at that level yet. I'm not at that skill level, we'll just say that. But I do have fun shading and playing with colors, and sometimes I do just throw around colors, and that's fun too, as long as it doesn't end up looking like color vomit, which some of my drawings have appeared like that, and it's definitely not fun to look back at sometimes, because you're just like, what was going on in my head when I was trying to draw this? But I am definitely getting a lot better with color awareness and values and shading and stuff. Digital art is actually helping with that a lot, because you just experiment with layers and filters, and then you discover things about your drawings, especially if you're able to put them in black and white while you're drawing it, just to see if your character or your scene pops out enough in the right places. You can see how that's going. And I'm adding the fleshy tones, and so soon I'll probably be done with this part, and then I'll speed up into the speed drawing so that this video isn't too long for everybody. But this is definitely a fun project. I'll have to say that this is one of my least stressful projects that I've had in a little bit, just because I'm giving myself a prompt, or trying to at least, every single day to draw something different, and I've been drawing the Ice Cream is People characters. You should definitely check out that playlist. It's going to keep growing, and especially if you're seeing my videos a lot later in time when there's more of them, there will be a whole playlist just for the Ice Cream is People, and maybe I'll add other desserts to it, and maybe even foods. I don't know. We'll have to see. Maybe that'll be a few months down the line. But definitely check out that playlist here on YouTube, if you're on YouTube, because this video will be on other platforms. But if you're on YouTube, or even if you're not on YouTube, go to my YouTube channel, Penguin Mila, and go check that out. I'm on so many different platforms, and wherever you're watching this video, if you want to just see videos of my art, just go to my YouTube. But if you want to buy some of my designs, maybe on a shirt or a sticker or even a case or a print, you can do that if you go to my Redbubble. My Redbubble is, let me actually pull it up here real quick just so I have, make sure I have the username right, is also Penguin Mila, but it's hyphened. And then I also have a coffee with me, one of those pages. It's like a Patreon, but not. It's where you can make smaller donations, or you don't even have to make a donation. You can just go there to see my art if you don't want to go on my Instagram, because my Instagram probably has varied content on there. But on my Have a Coffee with Me, I definitely just have my artwork on there and possibly explaining into greater detail my motivations and everything for that. And I also have a Facebook page that also features my art and maybe events that I might do or something like that, and that's also called Penguin Art, but with an underscore for the space between penguin and art. So yeah, that one's called Penguin Art. Redbubble is Penguin Mila, like my YouTube. Sorry, I'm getting it a little bit mixed up. I apologize. And so I have those, and I have a few other platforms that I'm on. None that are as developed as those ones right now. I do have a DeviantArt, but I don't visit it as much as the other ones, and I am keeping up with my Redbubble as much as possible. It's not just characters, it's designs or animals or other types of digital art. My Redbubble is more exclusive for my digital art, but I might put my vampire teacher on there. She might be a little bit digital rendered, just so that she's a little bit more crisp for like the pillows or the blankets. And you can find a whole bunch of other stuff on Redbubble. Redbubble is basically mostly stickers. It got famous first for its stickers, and their stickers are great. I've actually bought quite a few products from mostly stickers because I like to decorate things with stickers. Their stickers are really good quality. I have not received, or I've not bought any art prints yet. I do plan to, but I imagine that they will be just as great quality as the stickers, because stickers are I've gotten stickers for multiple things, like the candles that I make and stuff, and those Redbubble stickers are definitely, they're heavy duty, which is really good, because like if I wanted to put it on, say, a car window or something like that, I would definitely use a Redbubble sticker over some of the stickers that I've gotten before from other places. Not that I'm shooting down any other places. There are definitely a lot of good places to buy stickers, but Redbubble's more for artists than other types of designers, I guess. It's an app made for artists, I do believe, is part of their slogan or something. And I'm still shading over here. I haven't forgotten about my character, I promise. Just explaining about other places you can find me, because I know you're not going to find me first on YouTube. And if you do find me first on YouTube, you are awesome. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. Right now, as I'm filming this, I can't imagine having more than maybe 100 followers, and maybe it's up farther than that by the time you see this video, and that's awesome too. My art will definitely improve within the next few months, because I'm still planning on drawing as much as I can, as much time I'm given with taking care of a toddler. And yeah, I'm still just doing touch-up shading here. You get the basic general gist at this point. Just blues, aqua, teal, all those lovely colors, maybe even a little bit of purple, and I will be shading those eyelids here soon. And in this original recording, I do talk a lot of off-topic things, so maybe it was a good thing I did a little bit of a voiceover, because I talk a lot about random stuff, so that's something to expect in my videos. If you're doing a live drawing with me, my brain scatters so much and it's hard to, I'm probably gonna have to start writing scripts. And then, let's see. Yes, I definitely do love doing the eyes. Eyes are one of my things that I really love to practice with, because when you see eyes, you think like the whites of the eyes are actually white, but when you draw them, it actually looks weird if they're completely white, so you have to add in those grays and those peaches and those reds, and it makes the eye look so much more realistic. It's really weird, because as a kid you're taught like those are the whites of the eyes, you don't mess with the white. And then as an artist, when you start growing and learning, you see that the eyes are not white, it's maybe just the highlights. Oh, and here's the speed draw. And you can get a little bit more into detail. This is where I start using the alcoholic markers, and it really just brought out the face in my character. Like, it just blended those colored pencils so flawlessly together. It was so amazing. And then here are the eyes. I know there's no pupils in there, but I did that on purpose because I'm struggling with aligning the pupils. So I'm actually practicing trying to draw my eyes without pupils. And then here I finally get into doing the other things, which actually did not take as long as the face. The face is the one that always takes the longest for me because it's skin tone. Skin tone takes a little bit of a process. The rest is just quick and easy. I have no issues with that type deal, unless it's shading hair. Shading hair is the second part. Hey guys, so this is the final part of the video. If you have stuck through this long, you are amazing. You are rock stars. I know it's hard to stick through art videos that are way longer than maybe that average of 10 minutes, but since this was a whole kind of art processing video, that's why it was a little bit longer and not one of my quicker videos that have probably popped up more on this channel by the time that this one has watched by more than 2 or 3 people. I just wanted to say thank you real quick, and then we're talking about the worm tones in her clothing and her accessories, and how I did my best to make sure that they were bringing her forward and showing her off a little bit, making her shine like the little star that she loves to be. And then talking about the hair, I wanted her to be warm and cool toned because she's an ashy blonde, more of a cartoon blonde than a realistic blonde, I guess. I didn't want her to be one of those super like toe-headed blonde, but finally the project is finished and I am so excited to show it to all of you, show you guys the video. Yeah, so if you really like this, click that like button or come check out the whole image on my Instagram, or maybe it'll be a design on Redbubble and you can buy a print or a sticker of this cute little character type deal. You can check out go buy me a coffee, support me if you can or not, and just seeing my art is enough. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.